Joy Reid in tears after MSNBC show cancellation. Before we dive into the details of Joy Reid's departure from MSNBC, make sure to subscribe to stay updated on the latest news in politics and media. Your support helps us continue delivering accurate and insightful reporting.
I'm sorry. That what I was doing.
In a shocking turn of events, MSNBC has announced the firing of Joy Reid, host of the ReidOut, as part of a larger network shakeup. The decision has left many viewers and political commentators stunned, as Reid has been a staple on the network, known for her sharp political analysis and progressive viewpoints. Her departure raises questions about the direction MSNBC is taking and the implications for diversity in media representation.
Imagine I have been through every emotion over the past several days.
The rise of Joy Reid at MSNBC. Joy Reid first joined MSNBC in 2011 as a contributor and quickly rose through the ranks. Her deep understanding of political affairs, especially concerning race and social justice issues, earned her a loyal following. She hosted AM Joy from 2016 to 2020 before landing her primetime show, The ReidOut, which became a leading program in MSNBC's lineup.
From, anger, rage, disappointment, hurt, feeling that, guilt, that I let my team lose their...
Reid was known for her fearless critiques of the Trump administration, conservative policies, and issues of racial inequality. Reid's rise to prominence was particularly significant because she was the first Black woman to anchor a primetime news show on MSNBC. Her platform provided a voice for underrepresented communities and tackled issues often overlooked by mainstream media. Her presence on the network signaled a commitment to diversity and progressive journalism. Why was Joy Reid fired? MSNBC has cited its ongoing efforts to revamp its programming lineup as the primary reason for Reid's departure. The network has been undergoing major structural changes under its new leadership, aiming to boost viewership and reposition itself in the competitive cable news landscape. However, industry insiders suggest that declining ratings and controversies surrounding Reid's past remarks may have contributed to her firing. Over the years, Reid has faced criticism for her outspoken opinions and past blog posts containing controversial statements.
I'm not sorry. I'm just proud of my show. I'm proud of my little team, the little team that could. I am so proud of what we did and so grateful that God gave me nearly 5 years to do it. And in total, nearly 10 years to do television my way, on my terms.
Though she apologized and took responsibility for some of these issues, critics argue that MSNBC may have seen her as too polarizing for the network's long-term strategy. Another major factor could be MSNBC's shifting focus. The network has been reevaluating its lineup to attract a broader audience and compete with CNN and Fox News. In this process, certain shows have been canceled or hosts have been let go. Reid's exit, along with other programming changes, reflects this strategic shift.
I'm sorry. That what I was doing had value. And in the end,
reaction to Reid's firing. The announcement of Reid's firing has sparked intense reactions from media personalities, politicians, and viewers alike. Many of her supporters view this decision as a blow to diverse representation in media. Rachel Maddow, a longtime MSNBC host, criticized the network's move, calling it a disappointing decision that raises serious questions. On social media, hashtags like #StandWithJoy and #MSNBCBoycott began trending, with viewers expressing their disappointment and frustration. Some prominent figures, including civil rights leaders, have called on MSNBC to reconsider its decision, arguing that Reid's voice is essential in today's media landscape. Former MSNBC host Keith Olbermann also weighed in, suggesting that Reid's departure is part of a broader trend of MSNBC moving away from progressive voices. He noted that several other non-white hosts, including Katie Phang and Jose Diaz-Balart, were also affected by the network's restructuring. On the other hand, conservatives and right-wing commentators have largely celebrated her firing. Former President Donald Trump took to his social media platform to call her one of the most divisive voices in media. Right-wing pundit Megyn Kelly sarcastically tweeted, "Who's crying now, Joy?" What's next for Joy Reid? Although Reid's departure from MSNBC marks the end of an era, it is unlikely to be the last we hear from her. With her strong following and influence in political media, she has several potential career paths ahead of her. Independent media and podcasting. Many journalists and commentators who have left mainstream networks have successfully launched independent platforms. Reid could start her own podcast or digital news channel, similar to what former CNN anchor Chris Cuomo did after his exit. Joining another network, networks like CNN, or even digital-first outlets like the Young Turks or The Intercept might offer her a platform to continue her political commentary. Writing and academia. Reid has already established herself as an author, having written books on race and politics. She could expand her writing career or take on a teaching role in journalism and media studies. Political involvement. Given her deep engagement in political discourse, some speculate that Reid might pivot towards political activism or even consider running for office. MSNBC's future without Reid. With Reid's departure, MSNBC is now reshaping its primetime lineup. Simone Sanders-Townsend, Michael Steele, and Alicia Menendez are set to take over her 7 p.m. slot with a new weekday program. Additionally, Jen Psaki, former White House press secretary, will anchor the 9 p.m. hour from Tuesday through Friday. These changes suggest that MSNBC is aiming for a different tone, possibly shifting towards a more centrist approach rather than the progressive leanings that Reid championed. While this strategy may attract new viewers, it also risks alienating Reid's dedicated audience. The bigger picture, diversity in media. Reid's firing brings up broader questions about diversity and representation in mainstream media. MSNBC has often positioned itself as a network that champions progressive values and inclusivity. However, the firing of one of its most prominent black female hosts sends mixed signals about its commitment to these ideals. Several advocacy groups have expressed concerns that the media industry still struggles with providing sustained opportunities for journalists of color. While MSNBC has assured that it remains committed to diversity, its actions will be closely watched in the coming months.